Hello, good morning. This is another session of customer updates live from Auto Shack Ghana. This is actually a 2012 Toyota Corolla, and this customer just dropped in or just passed by for an engine tune-up exercise or procedure. Normally, before we conduct an engine tune-up, we first of all need to know what why the customer is requesting for such services, and if it's just because he feels he wants to do it, that's fine. Just as a preventive procedure, that is welcome. But if there's an impending issue and the customer wants to do a tune-up, then it is best we solve those pending issues before we recommend an engine tune-up. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, our engine tune-up kind of like involves a lot. So one has to do with checking and cleaning the throttle body. This is a throttle body, and there's a flap. Looking at this 2012 Corolla, you can see a few black substance or stains in there, which needs to be cleaned or taken care of so that it opens and closes well to induce air, in the right quantity. Yeah, then there's one component here which is a mass airflow sensor, which detects the mass of air entering into the system. And you might be wondering what the mass airflow sensor is, and this is a mass airflow sensor. Those who are not conversant with a mass airflow sensor, that is a type of a mass airflow sensor for this brand of vehicle. And you can see on this very one, it's clogged with a lot of dust, and this happens when you have a clogged air filter, or you recently changed your clogged air filter, and you are going to have stains of dust around it, and this will go a long way to affect the performance or the readings of the mass airflow sensor. And mind you, this mass airflow sensor sends signals to the ECM to know the amount of fuel the injector is supposed to spray into the system for efficient combustion, and that is what you need to take notice of. So as a preventive maintenance, you can do such services as checking your mass airflow sensor regularly to see if you can find any stains of this nature, then you take care of it. Yes. So as part of the tune-up, this is what we also check. So this will be cleaned and replaced back and allow it to work perfectly. Yes. And then back to the major thing. Yeah. So as also part of the engine tune-up services, we also check the conditions of your ignition coil and your spark plugs. And I know you can see this. These are residue of oil leakage entering into the spark plug guide. The hole that you see is where the spark plugs are, and it also creates room for your ignition coils. This is your ignition coil. It creates room for that. So you can see oil residue there, which is not supposed to be. So whenever you see oil residues of this nature, it clearly tells you that your spark plug guide seals are worn out. So irrespective of you not having oil leaks around your valve cover seals, these seals do fail with respect to time, temperature, and other chemical compositions that it is subjected to. So as a preventive maintenance, you can decide to take off your ignition coil and inspect if your spark plug guide seals are in good condition. Yes, so this is what we found, and definitely you have oil leaking into the spark plug guides. It means that it is going to affect the performance of the ignition coils and the spark plugs. And you can see, definitely here, you can see oil all over the spark ignition coil. So you can see, immediately I took it off, this is what we saw, and it looks very bad. So definitely the customer is going to replace the ignition coils and the spark plugs as well. So you can see here. So wherever we found oil residue in the spark plug guide seals or around the spark plug guide seals, it means that those ignition coils are suffering from oil, and this is definitely going to affect your engine performance to us, because it is going to act like is it an insulator or conductor? Yeah, either way, it's going to prevent the spark plugs from igniting well. Okay, so this is what we need to do, and we advise you all to do 1 or 2 things in terms of like engine tune-up, and this is going to prevent you from incurring an extra cost. So this is what we want you guys out there to know. Already the customer is already here, he has been notified on this, and he's good to go to replace all these parts that we recommend to him. Yeah, so we always bring a fix to our customers in a facility and outside the facility. So stay tuned for more.